KO the base here. We lit tonight. Y'all come through, man. Y'all know how we gonna show up and show out. See y'all all in the building.
What's going on with y'all, man? Good morning to y'all. It's your boy Knockout Boxing 86, and I got KQKC Boxing Network with me. Welcome back to another episode of the Morning After Show. KQ, what's up, man?
Hey, what's going on, man? How you feel this morning?
I'm chilling. I'm feeling good, especially when I can start the show off saying, shout out to my dog Ron C with the 20 piece in the Cash App. I appreciate you, Ron. If this how the morning gonna go, we might be live for about 7 hours today. Goddamn, yeah, y'all smash the like button to show your support to the channel. We got my Cash App down there and KQ's Cash App down there. Mine is $ Knockout Boxing 86 TV. His is $ 275 KQKC. You can also hit that super chat and show your support that way as well. At the very least, make sure y'all run the likes up and hit the like button for the best morning show in boxing talk. KQ, you excited to get to the show? Your boy did his thing last night. How you feeling today, man?
Well, I'm feeling pretty good, but I want him to stay active. I want him to get some more rounds in and everything. He did look good. The weight was there. He was on point with the weight. He wasn't flabby or anything like that. But he has slowed down, and that comes with age. But I'm glad to see him back. I'm glad to see him as a brother, one
Yeah.
accord. Like they should be. And hopefully, he said he got all the negativity out, and it looked like he did. You know.
Already. Well, let me speak to the people so we can get started, man. All right.
Okay, go ahead. Yes,
All right,
sir.
cool. Shout out to Hunter on the Hunt too, man. Being a member for 2 straight years, 25 months. I appreciate you, Hunter. He said, KO, my guy. Salute to you, Hunter. Appreciate you, man. We got Tony T in the building. Realistic Washington fan. David Tizane. David Tizane is sarcasm. It's a joke, man. I know he didn't lose on purpose. It's just a little title, man. Come, that's why it's a laughing emoji after it, man. Come on now. Chris, what's up? El Sancho. I can't say that, bro. What kind of name is that? Who is Hen Dog? What up? All things Texas 16 South in the building. What's up with it, bro? We got Dr. Mark in the building. We got Victor. What's up with it, Victor? KQ is obviously here. What's good? Ashton B. Terrell Jackson. NO Boxing 504. Boxing and Barbecue. Clark Bay. TV. What's happening with you, man? Dundrick then. What up, Dundrick? Opulent LD. Something told me you were gonna show up this morning, Dundrick. I just had a feeling because you are a diehard Charlo fan. Mr. Fitz, what's up with it? Cedric, I see you. Marcy, what up? Zach B, what's happening with you? Eric B, what up? We got Juan Tom A, what up, man? We got Ronnie Bravo, what's happening with you, fam? Salute to you, bro. We got Ashton B with the 2-piece, no biscuit in the super chat. I would have told Mel, have that bond ready money. Dang. Silver, what's up? What's up? Tim Carey, not Jim Carrey. He say two with the 2-piece, no biscuit in the super chat. He says, I know KQ hype after last night. Yeah, man. J-Do, what up? Isaiah WYD. Kenny Drake, what's happening with you? Cam J, I see you, bro. We got everything healthy. And we got cooking with Frank. What is good with everybody? Please, please, please smash that like button. Run the likes up. 92 people in here early. Let's make sure we get to 100 likes. KQ, I know we got to talk about Caleb Plant and Jermall Charlo and a lot of other big news. But something that came out over the weekend that we really got to talk about. Myquan Brown, I see you. What's up? Hit that like button as y'all come in the building. One thing we really got to talk about, KQ. Javon 856, I see you. We got to talk about the new player in the middleweight division with only 8 fights. We got to talk about that boy, Yoenli Hernandez, man, and what he did to Kyron Davis last night. That boy looked like he is a problem and a half. A problem and a half out here, man. What did you think of his performance last night against Kyron Davis?
Okay, before I answer that, who do he remind you of, Knockout, as he fights?
Man, I don't know. Like honestly, last night with the creativity offensively and the counter punching, he looked like he's like a more responsible, faster, like not faster because his hands not as fast. He kind of fight like David Benavidez with better feet.
Okay.
Like with way better feet and athleticism, bro. Like and like his jab is still like he got everything, KQ.
I know.
He got everything that you could have, bro. So
Right.
it's you can really blend him in. Like he fight like a lot of different fighters, bro. But
Yeah.
he's very
No.
creative. Yeah, he nasty, man.
Yeah. That's what I think
He
about.
nasty. But what'd you think of his fight, man?
Well, man, like you said, he's an all-around fighter. He goes down to the body well. He don't have to go in too far. Why? Because he has them long gorilla type arms. He'll come back, he'll stand back, and he'll overthrow it, and he'll throw it with authority, and he'll throw it like up and then go down with it. And he throwing it real hard. I mean, everything was hard. And it looked like he was training himself, anything like that, and he wasn't gassed out. One of my subscribers said, "Well, like he about to run out of gas." I said, "No, I don't think he'd run out of gas because he's up on his toes now. He moved from the left, he moved to the right, he getting down small, coming up tall. I mean, he was doing everything possible to get an angle on him. Kyron Davis. Now he does have a chance, but I'm looking at maybe his jaw might have got broke last night. I'm not for sure yet. But his face was kind of swolled up. I mean, big time. Whole face was swole. But he showed heart in there. But that just wasn't good enough. Sometimes heart is good, but it ain't that good because it ain't going to help you. And one thing about it, Hernandez came out there and blew him away, man. I mean, he was throwing left and right. Kyron Davis needed to get off the ropes, but he didn't get off the ropes. He laid on the ropes. Well, that was Hernandez's time to go to work. And that's what he did. Overhand rights. Bam. Then he came up with the uppercut. He missed the uppercut. Then he came back with another uppercut. Man, I mean, the man is dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
This man is dangerous. And whoever next get in there with him, wow. It's gonna be hard for him. It's gonna be hard for him. Because
man.
now, one more thing. That last round, he was going for that knockout, the last round. And he almost got it, but he kept on waving Kyron Davis in. And he walked right into it too, Okay. All right, here I come. And he just well off on him, and it just wasn't enough. See, that was missing knockout. He was throwing a lot of great punches, looked real good, but he just couldn't get him out of there, and maybe that might be only thing that might be a problem with him. The power is there, just that maybe David was just a tougher opponent. I don't know.
No, Kyron just a dog. He just hard to stop. Even when David he moved all the way up to 168 and fought David Benavidez on short notice, and they stopped the fight, but he was still standing up. David couldn't even big David Benavidez outweighing him by like 30, 40 pounds. He couldn't even get him down. He couldn't get him out of there. Kyron just a tough, durable fighter that's hard to stop. And a lot of what you said, I agree with. A lot of people thought this would be a test for Yoenli Hernandez because Kyron Davis had a lot of experience, but Yoenli Hernandez showed that new Cuban stuff. And I said it on my members video, like these new Cuban fighters with their ability. Now they're being more aggressive when they fight, and they're being more offensively just creative and throwing more punches and not using as much lateral movement as like the Guillermo Rigondeaux used to do. Now these guys like Robeisy Ramirez and Yoenli Hernandez, bro, they're standing right there in front of you, slipping shots, timing you. His jab was ignorant last night. Like he had a nasty jab. The first time when he knocked down Kyron Davis, that was with a jab. That man's skilled, man. He's a problem down there. David Morrell is another one, Chris. Yeah, that's a good one. David Morrell, like these dudes, they coming out here, they fighting different now. And that style is very, very nasty, man. And shout out to Yoenli Hernandez because he made a believer out of me. At middleweight, that boy is gonna be a problem with guys like Janabek, Carlos Adames, Erislandy Lara. I don't know how much he will be willing to fight Lara, but man, I think he's ready for a title shot right now. Let's see what he can do because the middleweight division got a chance to wake up. If he can get involved with guys like Janabek and stuff and Carlos Adames, that middleweight division gonna be something to behold. I really thought his performance. He had the best performance of the night to me. Obviously, Jermall came back. We're gonna talk about that in a minute, but just from my eyes, just the eye test and just watching every fight, that boy looked like he was the best fighter on that card last night. And with guys like Jermall Charlo on the card, that's saying a lot. So I can't wait to see him fight again. They need to get him back as soon as possible, man. That boy was nasty last night, and that's really all I got on it, man. You got anything else on you, Inley, before we move on?
Well, I just want to say this, that you're right about the Cuban style boxing. I used to follow that a long time ago, and they was dominating on lateral movement. All right, the Cubans put that lateral movement into their style, but they was popping and throwing a jab while they was moving. But now, because Cuban, they have what we call the finca. It's the farm where they box 24/7 all day long. But now, like Knockout said, they are fighting a different style now. They are like sitting down on their punches. They are going for the knockout right away. They trying to hurt you now. They're not trying to finesse you and look good and this and that. No. They changed up their style big time, and now they're more exciting, less movement, and more, I'm finna knock you out, like that, so.
Yeah, Enes Tellez, the dude down at 154 too. Like, man, these dude, Cuban. Listen, Black American fighters, we still got the best fighters and shit. Yeah. Them Cubans though, bro, they coming. Mexican, they got the volume because Mexico love his boxing, so they got a lot of fighters. They got the volume. They tough. All of that, salute to them. But just as far as like style and just the way fighters fight, these new Cuban guys, these David Morrells, these Yoenli Hernandezes, these damn Yoenis Tellezes, bruh, they are coming and they are whooping ass, bro. Yeah. And they are highly skilled. And cats better watch out for them. OG Walk on Water, what up, man? And it was something else I wanted to ask you about. Oh yeah. And so I had said this too, KQ. You can kind of see the whole shift. All you gotta do is look at Erislandy Lara, because it's like Erislandy Lara, he was using a lot of lateral movement early in his career. Now, obviously, you think you lose your legs when you get older and stuff, but he kind of switched his style, and now he's a power puncher, sitting down on his shots, not using a whole lot of lateral movement. That's exactly what it looked like the Cubans have started to do. Like they kind of shifted, and all of them seemed to come in fighting how Yo Italy fought last night, and man, it was a hell of a thing to see, man. I'm very
Yeah.
very excited for him. Do you got anything else on him before we move on?
No, that's all I had on him, man. That's
Okay,
it.
all right, man. Yeah, L Dub Lee Jackson, what's up with y'all? So the next thing I wanted to talk to you about is I wanted to talk about this Teofimo Lopez, Timalifu, whatever his name is. I wanted to talk about him because he apologized to Turkey last night
Oh,
after talking all that noise.
what?
After
What?
talking all that noise, yeah, he apologized publicly to Turkey last night. Um, what do you think of Teofimo's entire little rant and apology and just how he's just been, yeah, Osles Iglesias is another one, L-Dub, good one. What do you think of Teofimo, Timalifu, man, apologizing and kind of walking everything back with Turkey Al-Shiki?
Well, no, I don't know was he ranting or what, but I believe he racist, and that's just what I believe. And he racist towards every race. And of course, when he said the word Muhammad, that offends Muslims and that offends Turkey. And he tried to sneak dish him and delete it, but you can't delete it because somebody always got this hand on the screenshot, right? Always. And so now he said, why should I apologize for something for being me? So you talking a big bad game, but when it comes down to it, you find out, wait a minute, ain't nobody rocking with me. The one I got left is Turkey. So that's why he apologized. That's why Devin Haney apologized. That's why everybody else apologizing. They even hold his hand for free. So now Tio is a pain in the ass. And now I noticed that he said on that little rant, PBC, call me. You really think that Al Hammond won't be bothered with his ass? Don't you think Al Hammond got enough problems as it is with Rick Glaze and everybody else? You really think you won't be bothered with this racist? You really think you won't be bothered with this guy? No, you don't. Ain't like you bringing in big crowds. Come on. Yeah, you're a linear champion. That's about it. Now, some people argumentally think he was undisputed. But I beg the difference. But still in all, I didn't know he was going to do that, and now he did it. But guess what? Turkey probably said, hey, man, you know what? It's thank you, but it's a little bit too late for that. I'm still ain't effing with you. All right? I wish you luck and whatever you're going to do next. So that might make him look even stupider. So, you got into it with Bob Aaron. You went and tried to take him to court. That didn't work out with you. You got in with Devin Haney a long time ago. You must have been fighting him. Then you got knocked down by George Camboza, and then George Camboza, now Devin Haney fighting him. So this is why Bill Haney wants Devin Haney to fight Tio. Because he feels, well, you can be a George Camboza, so you can beat Tio. It don't work that way. Okay, it don't work that way. Because Devin right now is gun shy and PTSD and everything else. And did you see that picture of Devin next to David Benavidez? Man, they are both, Devin's way bigger than David Benavidez. And you know what? And that's
He
the
bigger
problem.
than who? I ain't see this. He bigger than who?
David Benavidez on that picture. On that picture.
Nah,
Yeah, three of them. Yeah, three of them took a picture together.
he bigger than David Benavidez. That's
That
crazy.
man, dude.
I gotta go look at that.
Yes,
He
look
looked
at
little.
it.
He looked little. He looked little as hell in the last fight, though.
Yeah, he did. He did.
He looked
But
small as shit, man. I don't know when that picture was taken, but Devin looked little in that fight that he just
yeah,
had with Ramirez. A kilo, what up?
but this dude blew up, man. And I'm like, what the hell is he eating? But yeah. But Tio, I don't know who gonna put up with him.
Mm-hmm.
He's still a decent fighter. I will say that. I'm not gonna take that away from him. But I just gotta see who gonna deal with them. And right now, Boost didn't want to deal with it. Boosie didn't want to deal with it because they thought it was gonna be one of them things again. Where he gonna disrespect them, and and Boosie might have to reach over the table and slap his ass. I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
but I know Boost did turn down that fight. So I can't say that. So
Yeah, for sure. So as far as like Team Timalifu, as far as him apologizing, bro, I ain't got no problem with apologizing if you wrong or whatever. So that ain't really the issue. And I'm not saying I disagree or agree with anything you said. But what I will say is it's just funny how all these dudes gotta like publicly like just bend their knee and get on their knees with Turkey. Like we saw Shakur Stevenson have to do it just to get a fight, and now Teofimo is doing it for Turkey, man. And it's just crazy when you get a dictator in boxing, and when you get somebody that's spending that government money in boxing, that shit you gotta. I guess you gotta move accordingly if you gonna mess with him and get that bag. But as
uh,
far as him apologizing, I would like for him to stand on it and be more be if you gonna say that shit, stand on the shit. Cause we already know how you truly feel. Like we know that you don't mean that apology. You just apologizing to try to get some money and hope that he still will do business with you. I'm looking at the picture right now. KQ, the picture got said to be Devin Big, but he ain't bigger than David, dog. he
ain't big.
ain't bigger than David. Dog.
He big though. He big though.
He
Ain't
big, but he ain't bigger than David, bro. KQ say fuck Devin. I'm shitting on him every chance I get.
he damn right. For real.
He big though. He a big boy. He damn sure look like he about a middleweight. He about
How you get
middleweight.
that big like that from May the 2nd, man? Wow, man.
Good man. That boy skipping about 3 weight classes still. He was skipping like 4 weight classes, making 140 and 145. I mean 135. He's still skipping a good 3. He's skipping middleweight, super middleweight,
Man.
welterweight. Now he got what somebody told me he fight at light welterweight. That's what they called it. 140, 140. They say he fighting at light welter. But come on, man. You can't be giving these people misinformation this early in the morning. They gonna run with it. And
I
because
know.
it's over here, they gonna say I said it, man. You hear KO hating on Devin. That nigga said Devin
Right.
bigger.
He looked like he's bigger than Dave by that
And
picture.
then, and then
Okay.
KO said Devin. He said Devin bigger than David Benavidez. They gonna
Right.
they
That
gonna attribute
KO.
that shit to me, man. Come on, man.
Yeah, knockout say bigger than Dave.
Come on, dog. Lord have mercy.
No,
Boxer
but
Hacker, what's up,
but
man?
he is a big young man, and it's no going back now. It's no going back to 140 and 135. Like he said he wants to do, like Bill got the hit list, whatever. He can't find none of them guys up there, back there, whatever.
Yeah. Hey man, look, let's put him out. Let's put him in middleweight and let him fight Hernandez, man. I think that'd be a good fight.
And see
Put
when
him
you get
in,
old,
put him in middleweight, man.
yeah, and I said this was gonna happen when he was at 135. When you rehydrating up 60 pounds and all that. Well, wait till you get up there with the big boys. And it started off with Ryan Garcia. And that's just the tip of the iceberg, because 147, 154, those guys are big. Those guys hit harder. And what's going to happen then? What can he do? What power can he carry up? What power? So that's the thing about it. You can't fight at a catch weight the rest of your career.
Hey man, look, Devin's still about to get his man strength. I don't know what you talking about. He about to get his man strength, and then it's gonna be over with.
Man strength. What
Yeah,
the
he
hell?
about to get his man strength. He get his man strength. That's what they tell you. Get his man strength.
Oh man, God! I mean, he
I'm
big got
just
his man
saying.
strength.
I'm just saying that's what it is, man. But look, I wanted to but to Team Alifu, man, just get your shit together, bro. And I saw somebody put it in the chat, and we were talking about Devin a little bit. This probably means we are getting Devin versus Team Alifu now. And I don't want that fight. I like selfishly, I'm gonna tell you why, and then you let me know what you think. Selfishly for me, KQ, because of Team Alifu's racist outbursts and racist commentary and just being so hateful and hurtful, I want to see him get whooped. Like I want to see his nose get punched to the back of his head. I want to see him get bloodied up. I want to see him get stopped and knocked out, and I just want to see him lose badly. And I'm scared of the Devin Haney fight for Team Alifu because he got a chance to win that fight.
Right.
He has a chance to beat Devin. I don't want to see him have a chance to win against one of us. I think we sending the wrong horse to the race if we make if they make the Devin and Team Alifu fight. And that's why you said it earlier. That's why I'm so upset that Jerron Bootin has turned it down because he's supposed to do this shit for the culture. Because he's the one that can do it. He's the one that can whoop this dude ass and beat him up and stop him and just make him look crazy. I don't know if Devin can do that. And so while Devin versus Team Alifu is a good fight, while obviously I'm going to want Devin to win just because I hate Team Alifu even more than I dislike the Haneys, I'm nervous that Team Alifu can win that fight, KQ. And that's why I don't like the fight or the idea of the fight. But with him apologizing, probably looks like we might be about to get that fight. What do you think of that? Do you want to see Devin versus Team Alifu? Or is that a fight that you are excited for? It's a good fight, and obviously, we want to see it at 135 and 140. But is that the one you wanted? What do you think of Devin versus Team Alifu? What do you think of that?
You're right. And maybe I'm a little biased. And you know what? Damn that. Yes, I am. Because I don't think he deserves a payday, especially not from nobody of color. Look, make your own bone, fight on your own fight, fight your own race, right? Don't try to feed, don't try to feed off of us. Don't try to eat off of us, because you said what you said, and it wasn't that where the liquor at. All right, give me a break, okay? So we don't want to hear that. So yeah, Bruce, I'm sorry that he turned it down because I think he was the only one that could give him a pretty much beat down. He's coming from 140, 147. And right now, Booth or Brian Norman, he has a good shot. Getting him a good whooping. But he need to get straightened out. He needs to get straightened out. And Terrence Crawford, hopefully, that fight is up in the air right now, so we don't know if that's gonna happen or not. Somebody needs to get him a good ass whooping. Straighten him out.
I don't want to see Tio in no 50-50 fights. I want to see him in a fight where I know he's gonna get his ass whooped.
Because
I don't want to be nervous.
It's getting out of hand now.
Yeah.
And the shit ain't funny no more. It never was funny to me.
That shit was never funny what he was doing and saying and shit. I want to see him get his ass whooped. I hope Devin can do it. I just don't trust it, bro. Like, you can't trust Devin to whoop his ass. And then if he beat Devin or anything like that, he gonna be insufferable, bro. He gonna be insufferable if he win that fight, man. And it's just,
oh my God,
I don't want to see him beat one of ours, man. I think we sending the wrong one, man. Big Brad, what up with it, man? I see y'all all in the building. Y'all smash that like, but anyway, we can move on from Team Alifu. I just feel like you apologizing and shit because you was told to apologize. Just like Shakur apologized, and then a couple of days later his fight get announced. Team Alifu just apologized. His fight might be announced sometime this week, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is something that I don't want to happen. Now, with that being said, let's move to your boy, man. Let's talk about Jermall, man. Jermall Charlo bounced back yesterday in a big way, stopped Thomas Lamana and did him dirty, bruised his face up, put him down like 3 rounds in a row. And then finally the referee or the doctor said, we can't let you get your ass whooped no more. And now the fight got stopped. What did you think of Jermall after being out of the ring for 2-3 years? What did you think of his performance, man, last night?
Well, you know what? To be honest, I didn't believe him when he said that, listen, his mind is right now. He can think clearly. He got rid of all the negativity in his life and everything. And him and his brother are back together on one accord and everything. I said, you know what? I heard that before. All right. And I'm a show me guy. Right? Show me that you at a different space now. And he did show me. Yes. Of course, when you out for 2 years, I think November 2023, the last time he fought. Okay, well, now he showed me something. He showed me that he still got a great jab because he was sticking the jab, but we didn't know how good the jab was till we saw his face, a cornflake face,
Yep.
and his face was just all bruised up. I mean, man, and so that shows me that okay, he still got that jab. He still got that jab. Now he got to put it together. He got to put that 1-2 that he was so famous for doing back in the days. He need to put that together. Yes, he is older. I get that, but think about it. Jermall never take no big fights where he had to slug it out. I mean, he didn't take a lot of punishment. So he's 35, but he got maybe a body of a 31, 32-year-old. So he probably can give us a good 2, 3, maybe 4 fights. But don't sit there and sit around for 2 more years. You got to stay busy. You got to stay active. And that will make you a better fighter. And what I saw last night, I saw a slower Jermall, but he got the job done.
Mm-hmm.
Now, of course, he got to get some things tweaked, here and there. But that left was still strong. That he threw that left and knocked Lamar out, down rather, and he just did. And y'all ain't talking about this though. That knee touched the canvas. I watched
Yeah,
it.
it did. Yeah, it did.
But
Yeah.
nobody calling though. But ain't nobody saying shit today, huh? Okay, yeah, y'all something else. But anyway, but still, which is okay. Lamar he got back up and
What you saying? If Thomas Lamona's name was Tank Davis, they be talking about that shit everywhere.
Yeah. Know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody said shit about a
Hey,
cornflake.
I ain't seen no Jaime Munguia live streams or nothing. Jaime Munguia cheated the shit. Jaime Munguia popped dirty as hell. Ain't nobody talking about him either.
I know.
Let Tank Davis have a little bit of controversy though. Shit go wild, boy. Go ahead though. But they did overturn it though. Drink my water is right. They did rule it a knockdown. You were calling the fight. They ruled it a knockdown after they reviewed it. But go ahead.
Okay. I had the TV down. I didn't know. Okay, good. All right, but still in all, but he did look good, but he gotta stay more active. And what I hear, Jermall might be having something coming up in the next 2 or 3 months. So
That's good.
That's good that they both get active. See, all them guys, and I'm talking about Keith Thurman too, Earl Spence also, and they all came over from Golden Boy, and now they went to PBC. Now these are the first ones that first class, I would say, that came over, and now they older now, and they don't have too much time left on the clock. So you got to stay active. You got to get busy. You got to go out there and go out with a bang, baby. And that's what I like to see yesterday. So man, and I'm proud of Jermall. He came a long ways. He came a long ways. So, but I would have liked to see, because see, we never get the fights that we asked for.
Oh, we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that.
So, but it's always an issue. You always got to, well, if you do this, you can do this, but you got to do that first, but then you do that. No, damn that. Just go ahead on and do it, But Jermall, I would give him a B for last night. I give him a B. He just got to speed up, work on that jab a little bit more. So
yeah, right. For sure. We got Boxing Hacker with the 5-piece in the super chat. He say Devin looks like he's gonna be a small 147-pounder. I'd rather see Devin Teo. If Dev beats Ryan, they're gonna say Ryan isn't the same after rolling. Man, ain't nobody trying to hear that shit. I'm not trying to hear that. Devin and Teo is not a fight any fans are asking for. Give us the fight that we asking for, bro. The only people that want to see Dev versus Teo are Devin Haney fans. The fight world and the boxing world in general want to see Devin versus Ryan. And no, if that's the case, people would have said that after Tank knocked him out. Tank already did Ryan Garcia worse than Rolly did, bro. Stop trying to act like Devin don't gotta go get that back, bro. That y'all Haney fans be acting soft, bro. You want to see him fight Teo because you don't see Teo as dangerous as Ryan. Teo ain't cracking no more at 140 and 147. he's gonna box with Devin, and he's gonna be out there at mid range. He ain't no killer like that. He ain't gonna go after him like Ryan. You still got PTSD from 420, 2024, and you don't want to see Devin take that chance again because you're scared Ryan might have his number, bro. That's all that is, dog. No, ain't nobody talking about Ryan ain't the same after rolling. Every single fight fan is saying I still want to see Devin versus Ryan, bro. Just making shit up to make excuses for Devin fighting Tio, man. And it's not as entertaining as a fight. Devin and Tio has a chance to be a dud because they both fight on their back foot and they counter punches. Devin versus Ryan has a better potential to be an even more entertaining fight. And they got way more history than Devin and Tio, bro. Stop that shit, man. Stop that shit. Tell your boy to get the shit back, bro. God damn, why y'all so scared, bro? Shit. A kilo with the 5-piece, no biscuit in the super chat. Jermall been taking big shots in the club, though. Damn, a kilo. He say your boy at the bar. Nah, he ain't go back to the bar and shit.
Man.
Yeah, come on, man. Like, come on, man. He say he at the bar. Nah, but Jermall performed well for being off 2 years, all the things that he's dealing with. You can see that the talent he's just so talented, bro. If he just had his head, I guess you can't have everything, but you know, a select few do. But if he just had the ability to keep his head together throughout his entire career and just keep his head on straight, man, the talent is through the roof, man. We're talking about one of the pound for pound talents in the sport of boxing. And you could see it last night, like 2 years out the ring, rusty, dealing with all those issues. He come out there and the jab still nasty. He's still beating up a dude that was on a 9-fight win streak and made the shit look easy, bro. Rolling out the bed. It's like I said, KQ, some people got it or they don't. And Jermall just got it. Like, he could roll out of his bed. Thomas Lamona can train as hard as he want to. You give Charlo a month or two, he gonna always beat somebody like Thomas Lamona. He just too good, bro. So, salute to him. I'm glad that he got the W. But I say this all the time. We get to talking about guys like Jermall Charlo, or if we talk about Adrian Broner. When I know Jermall is fighting somebody like Thomas Lamona, I know he gonna whoop their ass. I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about what he doing today. What is he gonna do tomorrow? What is he gonna do on Tuesday, Wednesday? Once he get that money and he ain't got no training camp, now they probably got to look for an opponent because Caleb Plant is gone. You know what I mean? We talk about Caleb in a little bit after he got his ass whooped. What are you gonna do now if you're Jermall Charlo? Are you gonna get back in the gym, or are you gonna go back to the club? Are you gonna take shots at the goddamn heavy bag, or are you gonna take shots of some tequila or something? Like, what are you gonna do now after the win? That's the most important thing for Jermall Charlo, in my personal opinion. We got LL Sports Commentary with KC, 10-piece, no biscuit in the super chat. He said absolutely nothing. He just showing love to the channel. Appreciate you, bro. Shamar Shalom says nobody cares about Ryan cheating ass KO. Why you hate the Haney so much? What do you mean no one cares about Ryan Garcia's cheating ass? Everybody wants to see Devin versus Ryan, bro. What are you talking about? People care far more about Devin versus Ryan than Devin versus Tio, bro. You bugging. You bugging with that. And the truth cannot be hate is my response to the second part of your comment. But welcome to the channel. I hope you subscribe. You get real boxing talk over here. So subscribe to the channel. You got anything else on Jermall, man?
No, I just want to say shout out to Crucial Content and Cash App and DeMarcus in the Cash App. All right.
I got a couple too. I need to catch. Give me a second. Give me a moment. Shout out to we got DeMarcus Thomas with the 2-piece in the Cash App. He said for the work, if I could do more, I would. No, I appreciate everything, bro. Appreciate you. Then we got my dog Darius Lofton with the $2.50 piece in the Cash App. He say Fat Charlo got power. LOL. He say Fat Charlo got power. Shout out to my dog Crucial Content, man. I just saw who that was. My bad.
Just call him Big Charlo. They just call him Big Charlo. But let me say this real fast, knockout. You know, when you've been boxing since you was 7, 8 years old, like Jermall, Tank, and other guys have been fighting. You know, you go through a routine, right, all your career, and sometimes you really don't need a trainer, because you know the basics, you know the adjustments you might need to make. You seen every style, and that's what I seen last night. He didn't have Ronnie Shields in his corner. He had another team there, but he was still the same Jermall Charlo. And sometimes, you just remember, by memory, how to hold that foam up and, don't throw a punch, but make sure you get back and put that foam back up. Don't reach, or you're going to get countered. Just little basic things you pick up and and you carry with that the rest of your career. Greatest Floyd Mayweather was, but he still had to have somebody with other eyes over there that might see something that you don't see. So that that's a gift to have. But you got to put in some years and things like that, and then right.
Let me read. I got some comments from Jermall Charlo right here. I want to read to you. Shout out to Boxing Hacker with the 2-piece in the Super J. Says, is Charlo back or was it Cornflake not being good? Cornflake just ain't good, but Charlo still look like he's still good. So I think both are true. I think he still showed the talent is in there. If he can just stay focused and stay locked in, Charlo can be a problem for a lot of 168 pounders. That boy nasty, man. That boy uber talented, man. And at 168, they calling him Fat Charlo or whatever. At 168, Charlo looked like he really thumping shit. Because remember, he been making 160 for a long ass time. So them extra 8 pounds look like it might got him thumping in there for sure. So we'll see. But Seattle Rick, what up? But let me read this to you, KQ, because Charlo said this, man, at the post-fight press conference. He says, I know I just got a victory and I've been inactive, but my goal is to be more active. I'm not perfect, but my record is. He says, we got to go back to the drawing board with this one. Caleb Plant dropped the ball. He looked out of shape. He couldn't have fought me tonight. Okay. Yeah, I wish it would happen. He's saying, yeah, he wish he could still fight Plant. He said he don't want Hernandez. He says, I'm not here to bash nobody or talk down to nobody, but Caleb Plant dropped the ball on this one. I still want my lick back. I don't care if he got the WBA interim belt or not. We can make a belt. They can make a belt. Somebody make a belt. I want my lick back. What do you think of Charlo? He say he still won't Plant. He say fuck out. He say fuck Hernandez. I need to get you back for that slap. What you think of Charlo's comments, man?
Well, you know what? That's a champion for you. In my book. No matter what, you might was off tonight, but you might be better when we fight. You might be up for it when we fight. The memories might come back of me pulling on your beard. So. That's the fight that we want, and that's a fight that should have been last night, but of course it wasn't. So therefore, hey, I think everybody still will watch it. I think everybody, see, people or promoters, they pretty much assume that we don't want to see the fight because one lost. No, that's still a good fight. Even though one lost the fight, and I'm not saying that. He was off or he wasn't no good or nothing like that. It's just that some fighters just have an off night. That's all I'm saying. And I'm saying that in there with Charlo, man, Imano, feelings come out. All right, man, they throwing leather in there. They got it going on. Ain't no filling out round, all that. And man, and that makes a good fight. That makes a good fight. And that's what Jermall trying to say. I still want his ass. All right, forget all that. Forget all that talk. Forget that he lost. We still need to come in there and we need to get it on. We need to get this off my chest. We need to get this off.
You can't just run out. You can't just run off and slap me, bro. And we supposed to have a fight and then you lose. No, dog. Yeah. I like the comment, bro. And no disrespect to Hernandez or whatever, But man, I want to see Charlo versus Plant, bro. Yeah. I want to see Charlo versus Plant still. Because of the slap, because of the drama. And that's what Charlo got to get that back so he can shut people up. Like Plant don't get to just stay up 1-0, man. Like we got to see what happened in the fight where ain't nobody, on that sauce or whatever. Cause he might have been the dude that tried to just punk Charlo because he knew Charlo was drunk or something. Let's see what you can do with a sober Maul with some gloves on for 12 rounds. I tell you what, Caleb good for about 3 rounds and he gonna get tired of shit. We gonna talk about that in a little bit though, but I like Charlo's comments. I just hope for the sake of him, for the sake of his fans, like my OG KQ, like my homeboy Dondrick and them. I just hope that he can just stay focused, bro. And whatever he got left in his body, whatever talent he got left, just get this shit done. You only got about 3 to 5 years, bro. You probably only got like 3 years left. You're 35 years old. Man, you got about just stay disciplined for 3 years, get your fights in, then you go do what you want.
Right.
Then you go do what you want. And then, like Elder brought up a great fight. Let Beck the Bully versus Armando Resendez happen and still give us Plant versus Charlo, man. I still want to see that fight. So I like Charlo's comments, still wanting to fight Caleb Plant. He said they going back to the drawing board. I just hope going back to the drawing board mean going back to the damn gym, waiting on the call to see who your next fight again is this year. And if you are the PBC Premier Boxing Champions, and you know how Charlo is, man, y'all got to keep a date for him. Keep some fights for him. Let him call him next week. Nigga, look, you got to fight in September. You got to fight in September. This is who you fighting. We already got the shit done. Stay in the gym. And then you need to call that nigga every week. How you doing? You working out? Talk to his trainer. Talk to whoever you need to talk to. But get that man a fight and don't let him just sit around for a month. Don't know who he fighting and when he fighting and nothing. Call that man this week with some names. And let him know, look, this the date you fighting on. We're going to let you know who you're fighting shortly. We might try to work it out with Caleb, or we might do something else. But, nigga, you're fighting in September on September 21st. Or you fighting in October on October 32nd. Well, 32nd ain't a real goddamn date. October 22nd. Something, bro. So he can stay fucking locked in, bro. Because I want to see what he look like if he come back and he stay active. And now he had 2 training camps under him. I think he can look even better.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
If he can keep the momentum going. But that's all I got on Charlo, man. You got anything else on Charlo before we move on to Caleb Plant?
I just want to add one something by you. Resency last night. Did he look kind of solid to you? Real big, strong, like he made out of concrete or something like that?
Yeah, he looked like he was, you know what I mean? He looked like he was in shape for sure. Shout out to D Willie with the 1 piece in the Cash App. I appreciate you, dog. Yeah, he looked like he was in some shape. He looked like he might have been. Did he train with Canelo and him? Who was in his corner?
And that's what I'm alluding to, because I want to see this come out next week, and
it was
because this man has no marks on him or anything, and I'm not accusing him, but he just looked kind of odd to me. That's all. He was a solid, like concrete. You can tell he was strong. He was using his head to push him away, and I mean, hey, you know me, KQ's always trying to,
figure out what's going on here.
Right. Yeah, what's your angle?
Yeah, man. Tony T says, Breadman said Plant had a rematch clause. Plant better leave that dude alone. Plant can't deal with pressure fighters, man, with gas tanks. It looked like.
Yeah.
But let's talk about that fight real quick, man. Caleb Plant dropped the ball, fumbled the bag, messed everything up, and lost to Jose Armando Resendez. What did you think of the fight, man? You called it. What did you think of Plant versus Resendez, man?
Well, I think Plant got a problem, right? Well, first, I said David Benavidez. I think he took a lot out of Plant. Plant is not the same Kellen Plant anymore. The lateral movement. You didn't see that last night. You didn't see the lateral movement around the ring, stop, fire, back on his bike. You didn't see none of that. You saw a slower Plant, a flat-footed Plant, and a holding Plant. He had so many clinches last night. It wasn't nothing nice. Harvey Doc was working his ass off the whole fight. And of course, Kellen Plant, he always good for a few seconds of the first round. And then the last of the round, and this is how he lose the rounds. His opponent take advantage of it. Matter of fact, his opponent is just like clockwork. Okay, we got about a minute left in this round. All right, let me go to work, because he's breathing out his mouth now. He's tired. He's a front runner in the fight. In each round. Not the fight, but each round, all the way up to the 12th round. Plant is just not the same Plant anymore. And his opponent can tell. So his opponent went in there and did what he had to do. Now the young man is young, fresh, and hope he's clean and go in there and he can dominate. But I have an equal feeling knockout that
Mm-hmm.
his reign that he had last night against Plant, that it's not going to last very long. Cause I can see other fighters that can give him trouble. You know,
Mm-hmm.
cause I can tell the way he was gassing out too a little bit. He wasn't sure of himself. You biting off a lot of things. So I think he won't last that long either. You know. So well, yeah. That fight, it was a good fight, but Plant, he's kind of like, damn good fighter, but he just run out of gas on knockout.
Yeah, yeah. I
Uh,
think I think running out of gas, and also something that we need to talk about because Plant is 32 years old. Fighters that rely on athleticism as
mhm,
much as Caleb Plant, number one, they have gas tank issues because it takes a lot to beat it, to rely on explosiveness and athleticism for 12 rounds. The other thing too is they kind of hit their peak and they fade quick. They primes are shorter and they get older quicker than fighters that depend on fundamentals and footwork and just skills. Caleb Plant has always been real twitchy, depending on his speed, depending on his explosiveness, depending on how fast he
right.
is. When you depend on that shit that much, you fade quicker. So you don't really get to
Okay.
get 35, 36 years old. Cause once you slow down and people start catching up to you, and that athleticism and power is gone, or explosiveness is gone, then them dudes with the skills, them dudes with the ability, they start catching up to you just because they're more skilled and they didn't depend on just their God given ability. Plant always was what they call him, sweet hands Plant. Oh, I'm
Yeah.
faster than you. I'm twitchier than you. My hands are real fast. Well, his head movement wasn't great last night. He could not get
Yeah.
out of the way of that jab. He couldn't get out of the way of shit last night. His
Yeah.
feet, he wasn't as fast on his feet. He didn't look as fast and explosive. And Resendez was able to cut the ring off on him and just walk him down slowly and kind of beat him up, for lack of a better word. So,
Yeah.
Plant's having babies now and married and happy, and he done made some good money, and he
Yeah.
been at 168 a long time. He might be on his way out the door, and he just need one more person to just kind of push him out that shit. I think he'll still fight on and keep fighting, but man, he's lucky. He's lucky, bro. I'm sorry. He's lucky that Jermall Charlo probably wasn't the one he fought last night, because I think even last night Jermall Charlo might have put the beats on that boy if they
Right.
had fought last night, man. So we'll see what's next for Caleb Plant. And you said it, and I'm gonna say it too, bro. I don't know what it is about Bread Man, bro, and Caleb Plant, or
Yeah.
Bread Man and Julian J. Rock Williams. Whatever they do for their cardio, KQ, whatever
Mhm.
they do for their conditioning, Julian J. Rock Williams ain't never had no gas tank. Caleb Plant ain't never had no gas tank. Them two right there, man, they look like they are pound for pound top skilled, talented fighters for about 3 rounds, about
Yeah.
9 minutes, 10 minutes, bruh. They are the best that you have ever seen. They gonna be up 3-0. It don't matter who it is. David Benavidez, Canelo Alvarez, um, shit. When Julian J. Rock Williams was fighting Jermall Charlo, it don't matter who they fighting. When you fight one of them boys, you lose in the first 3 rounds, 3-0. But you might win the next 9 and you might stop them at. You might stop their ass. But boy, for the
Yeah.
first 3 rounds, them boys is cold. Then they just
Mhm.
fall off a cliff, man. And that's what Caleb Plant did last night. He was boxing good for the first 3 rounds. They were like, oh, Resendez got to find a way to break the distance. They got to find a way to do this. They got to find a way to do that. Soon as that 3rd round was over, Plant all of a sudden just started looking different.
Right.
I don't know, man. Them boys, like, I don't know what it is with them bread man fighters. Kyron, to his credit, LW, he looked like he got a good gas tank, but he got his ass whooped last night too. Bad night for bread man. Bad
Yeah.
night for bread man. Both his
Yeah.
fighters got their ass whooped. He need a new stable or something, but damn, bro. Caleb Plant dropped the bag and that shit pissed me off. What else you got on Caleb, man? What you got on him, man?
Not much, too much. Like I say, I think David took a lot of them. Canelo, those two fights, right there, took his uh, ability to move, his ability to fire off the movement. It took a lot out of him, and now he's not scared to get hit. It's just that the timing is off. A lot of things are off. You can see a broken down fighter in there now. You don't see that plant pretty much moving and moving on the back foot and stop, bam, 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 and get back on the bike, and you don't see that no more. Like when he fought David Benavidez, David had to walk him down, but David didn't stop. David kept walking him down the whole fight. Then finally he caught up with him. Why? Because Plant slowed down. He ran out of breath. He ran out of energy. So that's why. So he said, "Oh man, you got me. Wow, I ain't got no more left, right?" And that's his downfall. That's his downfall. That's his Achilles heel, baby. So that if David can do it, everybody else can do it. Everybody else can do it. So man, and like I said, like you said, he's only 32 years of age. So man, he changed up his style already. No lateral movement. I'm gonna sit here and see what I can do, and pretty much use my head movement to get out the way of your punches. But yeah. So when David caught up with him, then David came back with the onslaught. He always put himself into a position where he's bagging up into the ropes, into the turnbuckle, and things like that. Then he's trying to use the check left hook to spin out of there. Well, that don't work all the time. So, but yeah, that's how I see it, man. And that's all I got on him. That's all I got.
Yeah, man. So Tony, I might make a video on that. And Silver, because Plant at his best, he should outbox somebody like Jose Armando Resendez, but he just ain't at his best no more, bro. He clearly was faster, more explosive, had better hands. He did good for the first 3 rounds. He just fell off a cliff early, even for him. He used to he'd be up 6-0, you know what I'm saying? Then he'd be able to coast, the dude be frustrated, all that shit. But today, last night, he only had about a good 3 rounds in him, bro, and he was dead dog tired, holding on and shit, getting beat up. So Plant gas tank, and he succumbed to the pressure. You know what I mean? He let that dude's style get imposed upon him. But he just faded way earlier than he usually did, man. That's really what got him, in my opinion. But that's really all I got on Caleb Plant right now. Let me ask you.
Happy birthday, Slick Rick. Happy birthday, Slick Rick. All right.
Yeah, happy birthday, Rick. Yeah, man. Happy birthday, man. Salute to you. So during that fight card, though, PBC announced the Manny Pacquiao Mario Barrios card. The card is fire till you get to Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios. But the fight on that card that I'm most interested in is the Tim Tszyu Sebastian Fundora rematch. That is going to be hell of a fight of the year candidate, in my opinion. What do you think overall of that card? You got Barrios versus Pacquiao. You got Tim Tszyu versus Sebastian Fundora, the rematch. You got Pitbull Cruz versus Angel Fierro, the rematch. And then Brandon Figueroa is taking on Gonzalez for the opening fight of the pay-per-view. What do you think of that card, man? That's going down July the 19th. What do you think of that card? Your first impression of that card, man?
Well, first of all, I'm looking. I'm like, Manny, is that Manny Pacquiao?
Man, Manny Pacquiao.
I'm like, I didn't know he's still boxing. But I tip my head off to Mario Barrios. He don't turn down no fights. He will fight anybody any given time.
Unless it's boots. No. Unless it's boots. He turned down boots.
Right. Unless it's boots,
Yeah, Joette Gonzalez. That's who it is. Joette, bro. Okay. Joette Gonzalez versus Brandon Figueroa, man. Yeah.
But I see that Manny Pacquiao, he doesn't have that same style of fighting like he used to have. You might see a little bit of it, but you're not going to see a whole fight of it. You're going to see Manny Pacquiao running out of gas. He's not that same guy anymore. And you're going to see Barrios pretty much taking over the fight. He must take over that fight. He must take over that fight to win that fight. And we know how Manny does. He likes to work downstairs. He's a southpaw. He likes to throw the straight left, but he's not a tank southpaw. He's a different southpaw. So I'm not, I'm not too mad at that fight. It's not a circus. It's not you're not gonna get a lot of bells and whistles, all right? What you're gonna get is a true fight. And I think Manny coming to fight. I think he missing something in that void of retirement that he want to fulfill. Now he's not looking to pretty much fight exhibitions the rest of his career. No, he want to come back and fight in better competition. But now the next fight, we got who was that the next fight? The co-main
you got shit. I forgot. Oh, Zoo versus Fundora, the rematch.
Yeah,
Tim Zoo versus Sebastian Fundora.
Right. Look, shout out to my man Samson. He told me to call him today and see how everybody liked his new charge he got. He fought on the first card last night. Isaac, I forgot his last name, but he fought the first fight last night, and he won, and he did a great job. And but with Fundora, if you look at that kid, you say, man, he must be a professor or a basketball player. But no, this guy got heart. Sebastian got heart. I mean, he is a dog. Now, Tim Zoo, now that cut from that vessel, it healed up. But that last fight he fought, he kept on looking to see, is it bleeding? Kept doing that. Well, that means
he got PTSD. That boy lost 18 gallons of blood and shit.
Yeah.
He lost so much blood that fight, bro. He had to get a transfusion or something. Shit.
I mean, because see, that's why he kept bleeding, because that blood vessel, corner doctor can't stop that bleeding. You gotta go to the hospital and get that bleeding stopped. So he kept looking at his hands and head and sees it bleeding or whatever. Well, Fundora ain't gonna be doing that. Fundora gonna be punching you in your face while you checking your head.
Yeah.
So you have to straighten that out. He gonna have to straighten that out real fast, because right now I think we're looking at a rock and sock'em, throw down good fight between them two. I think Tim Zoo gonna come in there and throw hard as possible. Because the last time they fought with all the blood and everything, Tim Zoo was throwing hard because everything was slippery. And he broke the nose of Fundora. He had to have surgery on that nose. That was the hold up in the rematch. So this is going to be a good fight. People don't know how good it is until they watch it.
It's going to be this one here going to be a fire fight, bro. That's going to be the best fight on that card to me, man.
Oh yeah. People don't understand. PBC, man, they giving us good fights, man. Some damn good fights.
They matchmaking been real good. A lot of even fights, a lot of real good action this year, man. Shout out to Ricky Dickey with the 5-piece. No biscuit and super chat. He says Plant wasn't on that juice last night. He didn't have back knee like the last couple fights, and Snack wasn't on his trunks last night. That was a natural Plant. Damn, he said that was some herb out there. He didn't have the chemicals in his body. Damn. Damn, he need to get him a snack pack. He had that wax snack pack, Ricky Dicky. Damn, that's tough. That's tough, man. I like the card, man. Outside of Barrios and Manny, I think that's a great card. Manny Pacquiao doesn't deserve a title shot opportunity. He lost his last fight, and he ain't fought in 4 years. KQ. Wow. He hasn't had a real fight since August of 2021, bro. And he gets to come back and get a title shot against Mario Barrios. Talk about money talks. That's crazy. That's why I don't be worried about these belts, man, because of shit like that. So other than Mario Barrios taking on 85-year-old Manny Pacquiao, I love the card. I love Fundora and Zoo getting it right back on. Fundora is slowly but surely building a really, really, really good resume. And I like him giving Tim Zoo his title shot opportunity. And this will probably lead into maybe him fighting Xander Zayas if he's able to get past Tim Zoo with the PBC and Top Rank, looking to make a whole lot of fights together in the future. So I like the fight, man. I really, really like the fight. Angel Fierro and Pitbull, that was a close fight the first time they fought. That's going to be an all-action-packed fight. And we know Brandon Figueroa and Joey Gonzalez, with their styles, they're going to be throwing a lot of punches going at each other, trying to do their thing as well. So, man, it's just a lot of great fights on that card that you know are going to be action packed, are going to be exciting. You don't have to worry about the Times Square shit. You don't have to worry about Canelo versus Skull, because these boys ain't coming to do that. You know, Joette and Brandon Figueroa, they coming right to each other. Pitbull and Fierro, they coming right to each other. Tim Zoo, Sebastian Fundora, they gonna be right there throwing blows, throwing punches, and getting it in. And then Barrios and Pac-Man, say what you want about Manny. Manny gonna try. He gonna try that. He gonna try that shit. It's just gonna be a lot slower and a lot older, but he'll try.
Yeah,
he'll try for sure. So I like that card, man. I think that's a good card. Pay-per-view, they're gonna put it on pay-per-view. I don't think it's a pay-per-view fight though, KQ. I know Manny is a name, but Mario Barrios versus Manny Pacquiao, when you just look at the quality of the fight, if you're buying that card, you're buying that card because of the overall card. You're not buying that card for the main event. You're buying it because you like the card as a whole. If you buying that fight for Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios, then you got to be a Filipino citizen or some shit. You got to be from the Philippines, like for real. If you buying that card for Manny, that's the only way you buying that card for the main event. Me myself, I'm spending my money because I like the card as a whole. We got Dwayne Yosef with the 5-piece in the super chat. He says the moral of the story lately in boxing lately is don't plan ahead, which brings me to that topic. We got 300 people in the building. Please smash the like button. Salute to my dog Bird 101 Sunchild. I see y'all. Please smash that like button as y'all come in the building and we get to the final 15 to 20 minutes of the show. So KQ, one thing that pissed me off about last night, bro, is these fights that we want, they keep getting postponed or they keep getting the light dimmed in them because we want to see Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia. Instead, they give us Devin Haney versus Jose Ramirez and Ryan Garcia versus Rolly. Someone loses. Now we may not ever see that rematch if they don't make it next, right? We want to see Caleb Plant versus Jermall Charlo. Caleb Plant fights Jose Armando Resendez. Jermall Charlo fights motherfucking who did he just fight, bro? Oh, Thomas Lamana. One of them loses. Now that fight is in jeopardy. At what point are we gonna get to a point where they finally just give us the fights that we want when we want them, bro? So that way, and here's the thing, right? That way, KQ, if somebody loses or somebody doesn't look good, they lose to the person or they don't look good against the person that we wanted to see them fight. So fans will react to it better. Like if Caleb Plant was going to fall off a cliff and he was going to shit the bed, at least it should have been against Jermall Charlo so we could have an opportunity to see him in the ring with somebody that we want to see him fight after the slap and all that shit. Now we may not ever see that. What do you think of boxing? And will boxing learn this lesson of giving us all these tune-up fights and scheduling ahead? Then we don't never get to the one that we really wanted. What do you think, man?
Man, you know what? I think it's too many steps. It's too many steps in between. Negotiating and trying to make the fight. Well, let's see how he look in this fight. If he looks good in this fight, then okay, then we'll make the fight with the champ and him. No. Look, if he wants to fight, if you are thinking about giving him the fight, give him the fight then.
Just give him the fight, yeah.
Hey, it's up to him. Is he going to be ready or not? It might be a knockout, might be a surprise. Who knows? But give him the fight. We ain't got time to waste on a free fight, a car. You know, see, this is why now that you got a lot of guys that's turning away from the belts. All right, all they looking for is that cash. All they looking for is that money, right? And now, like I said last night, you know, you don't know what to turn to now. Like you're saying, you got older guys that they want to fight for the belt, but then again, it's so hard because you're negotiating here, you're negotiating there. You know, you don't want to be like Turkey. You want to sit out there and overpay them, and next thing you know, they spoiled and they don't want to get in there and fight and do what they need to do because they're looking for the next payday. No, you don't want that. No, you want a quality fighter, and you want another quality fighter, and you want them right now. You don't want them 6 months from now. We ain't talking about no fight September. No, I want to hear that. All right. If they ain't gonna happen in the next month, then listen, I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to hear about it. And that's the problem with boxing right now. It's always a waiting game with boxing. It's always we're gonna try to make this fight happen. Then next thing you know, we're going through a whole lot of goddamn news reports about this fight, man, it's in trouble. Or this fight, he asked for more money. Or this fight say, man, god damn it, come on. Really?
Yeah.
I mean, it really make my ass itch. I'm itching now, damn it. God damn it. Right? Listen, make the fight. Make it happen right now. And that way, maybe we have more former boxing fans coming back to the sport. Because they ain't got time to waste. Hell, I'm 58 years old. I ain't got that much time left. So bring me my shit. All right? Bring me some good fights. All right? Well, I got time to watch them. But don't sit there and procrastinate around. Or you have some guys like Turkey that they're just going to go out there and tell you that you're going to give you this and turn around and don't give you that. Look at Chance Crawford. He ain't getting what he said he was going to get. Now he mad. You know, so now then they got a replacement. I mean, well, that's another story, but, you know, it is what it is. You know, but, yeah, make the fight. Make the fight with the two best fighters. You know what? And another thing, I'm sorry, Knockout. Let me say this. You know, there's another thing that really, you know, grind my
Go ahead. Go ahead.
You got guys that are unified champion. I'm gonna take Earl Spence for example, and Chance Crawford. Earl Spence had three belts. Chance Crawford had one belt. Then he fight Earl Spence to win, and next thing you know, he's an undisputed champion. Now, is that fair? I mean, I'm just trying to figure this out. Is that fair? Or should he do like what Jermall did? Go through that whole damn division. Then you be undisputed. That's what I call undisputed. You got to work for it, baby. And then you get that reward. You know? That's how I look at it. Now,
you want him to go belt by belt by belt. I got you.
Yeah, you know, I know that just, I know that's just my opinion, and I might be wrong or whatever, but that's just how I feel, that's all. I just figure that, you do your work, I do my work, and we meet together in the middle, and make it happen, and that's all I'm saying. I don't think it's fair you come in here one and you got three and just one fight determined, I mean, hey, that's just me, man. So
for me, it depends on who that one fight. For me, it depends on who that one. Yeah, for me, it depends on who that one fight is. Like if it's Cambosos, I'm not too impressed. But if it's fighting Earl for undisputed, yeah, all right, cool. If it's Julius and Dungo, then I'm not impressed. But if it's Usyk fighting AJ or some shit, then okay, cool. If it's I like the way Canelo did it. Canelo went and got a bunch of belts. I'd always favor that. But as long as it's a big fight, like for instance, Jerron Boots Ennis, right?
Mm-hmm.
If Brian Norman beats him, then I'd be impressed because he beating Jerron Boots Ennis. If Mario Barrios would have beat him for all the belts and Barrios only had one, I'd be impressed because he's fighting Jerron Boots Ennis. It just depends on who you fighting. For me, it's always gonna be about who you fighting, instead of just whether you collecting belts. Because you can collect belts from a bunch of trash cans. Like I feel like if you beat Jerron Boots Ennis right now for undisputed, let's say Jerron Boots Ennis beats Brian Norman. He has all three belts, and then Barrios has the last belt, and him and Barrios fight. If Barrios beats Brian Norman Jr., beats Jerron Boots Ennis, I'll be more impressed by that than watching Canelo beat Callum Smith, then Billy Joe Saunders, then Caleb Plant. Even though Canelo went and got belt by belt by belt, I would say Barrios beat the way better fighter in Jerron Boots Ennis. That's how I look at it. I always look at it, bro, like who did you fight to get that belt or to get those belts? That's what's going to matter most to me. Now, as far as boxing, because I saw a lot of people say this, KQ, well, Jermall asked for a tune-up. He asked for a tune-up. He wanted the tune-up. It's not the promoter's fault. Bro, when you take 2 years off and out of the ring because of your choices, because of what you decided to do, and if I'm PBC, I had the Canelo fight for you. You didn't take that because you had to pull out and you had issues, and they had to put your baby brother in there and he ended up dropping the bag, and now his stock is fucked up. You done ruined plans for us before in the past. Bro, I'm not giving you a tune-up. I'm not giving you a tune-up. The fans want to see this fight because how can I trust you? Like, Jermall fought good last night. But if we just talking real and being real, we can't trust that Jermall is going to fight twice this year. We can't trust that he's going to make it back to the ring. We can't trust that he's going to stay disciplined. So, no, you coming back. You going to fight a big fight that we feel like we can fight money off of, or you're not going to fight at all because we can't trust you, bro. Now, it just so happened that Caleb Plant lost. So now the fight might be dead anyway. But the point is, when you put these fights that we don't want to see, then we may not never get to them. And they're making them fight on the same card, y'all. It ain't like they fighting a month or two apart. These dudes that we want to see fight each other, they on the same damn card, bro. You got Charlo and Plant on the same card. If you're going to have a camp anyway, fight the person we want to see you fight. We got Devin and Ryan on the same card. Make them fight anyway. David, I would call you naive. I would call you naive. You don't know what changes he's made until you see how he reacts in the coming months. Now, I hope he's changed, bro. I hope he's changed. I hope he does his thing. He stays disciplined. But when we go tune-ups or we be like, okay, we're going to do the rematch, but we're going to fight a fight in between, we're starting to never get to the fights that we want to see, bro. We're never going to get to Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua because they wanted fights in between. We're probably never, the odds of us getting to Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia, they're lower now. The odds of us getting to Caleb Plant and Jermall Charlo or Caleb Plant and Edgar Berlanga, we're losing out on the fights we want because somebody always ends up losing to somebody on paper that they shouldn't have lost to, bro. And it's killing the game right now. Now, instead of another big fight at the end of the year, what we looking forward to? Jermall Charlo versus Hernandez, bro. Y'all ready for that one? Y'all ready for Caleb Plant versus Hernandez part 2? If Caleb will take the rematch, like ain't nobody trying to see this shit, man.
No.
I wanted Charlo versus Plant. So that's where I'm at with it, man. That's how I feel about it. But yeah, that's all I got, man. You got anything else before we wrap the show?
No, that's about it, man. That's about it. I'm glad to see Charlo coming back. I just need for him to stay busy. That's all. That's all KQ's asking for, to stay busy. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, for sure. Look, salute to everybody that came through. Salute to Miss KO. I appreciate everybody that came through in the morning after the show. KQ, salute to you. Let them know when you're gonna be live this week, man.
Okay, I'm gonna be off for a couple of days. I'll be back live at the Wednesday. Okay, Wednesday. So I might do a boxing after dark. Okay, so
okay, nice.
Yeah. So, but that's all I have, man. All right.
Shout out to Bert Weezy with the 5-piece in the Cash App. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And then shout out to my dog Bird 101 with the 5-piece in the Cash App. He says some support. Appreciate you, big dog. Look, OJ Simon says KO. We lost a great one. Who we lose, bro? I gotta stick around and see what you're talking about. Who we lose, Jay Simon. Shout out to David Tisdane with the 2-piece in the super chat. He says salute 100. Appreciate you. Who we lose, Jay Simon? Inform me, bro. Hold on. Oh, Mike McCallum, man. R.I.P. to Mike McCallum, man. He was a great fighter too, man.
Yeah. He from the Trunk Gym, right?
I don't know what gym he was from because he fought when I was still a baby. He was fighting. Or I had just got done fighting. I had just got born and he was fighting. But yeah, it looks like he passed away at 69 years old. Dang, man. Mike McCallum, rest in peace, man. Rest in peace. The body snatcher is what they saying the nickname. Well, yeah, I know the name, bro. I'm gonna go watch some Mike McCallum fights just because, man. Damn. Okay. Yeah, his last fight was in 97. I'm just looking at him right now. Oh yeah, he got some good ones on his resume. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna check him out today while I ain't doing nothing. Look, salute to y'all. Appreciate y'all tuning in today. I'll be live Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday night at 7:30. Everybody have a good night. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. We'll see y'all next time. KQ, we'll catch you on the next one.
Yes,
y'all
sir.
take it easy. We gone, y'all. Peace out.
Peace out.